Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in London ahead of the huge fight against your man David Avanesyan against Josh Kelly. But before we talk about that fight itself, Neil Marsh, I've got to say, you lit up that press conference with some of the stuff you said. You came out with emails and stuff like that. Can you just reiterate and go back to what was said at the press conference?
Yeah, I just firstly like to apologise. Like I said on the stage, there's 7 fighters there who deserve a lot more respect than I do. I'm just a manager. They put their whole life on the line, week in, week out, and so I just want to put that out there. And if it took the shine off it, my apologies. Yeah, there was a lot of well documented things as per the press release I did. We just felt badly done to. Being threatened that if we don't drop the fight from 12 to 10, which would give Josh more of a chance, that he was going to pull out the fight. Listen, he pulled out. I've done an exclusive with another company. I don't want to dilute the information, but I've done a lot of justification in it and backed up my words loud and clear today.
So you've got obviously documentation there to
yes.
back up everything that you've said.
Everything.
I mean, you had some choice words to call Adam Booth. I mean, the boxing circles, people like Adam, but obviously you've got something that you said he's had a good coach.
No, I listen. I've been in boxing all my life.
Do you think he's a con man though?
No, yeah, I do. Great coach. I remember, like I said before, I watched how David Ayre dismantled value. I've seen some work with other fighters he's done. It's fantastic. I do rate Adam as a coach, loud and clear. And I'd never come in contact with him before the events in December the 8th, but I lost respect for him as a man because I was the victim of con artist work. That's why I say he's a con man. And what my negativity is aimed at him rather than Josh. I think he's led Josh into the decision of pulling out. I think that they've cashed away because they was having a takeover fight before they did it. Josh is a big lump. For me, I'm a previous amateur coach. I know coming down and everywhere, touching a couple of pounds above championship, going back up, coming back down quickly, doesn't work. I think he's seen Avanesyan's turned up, ripped to pieces, focused like mad, full camp, full of energy, like we are, full of confidence, and he's made a calculated decision. I don't think Josh was ill. I don't think he might have been 100%. But you could say, well, he shouldn't pull out, but I just think that he'd have felt right, he'd done the way, he's ready. But I think Adam might have just seen something in him where not necessarily Josh didn't feel right, but I think more he's seen scare with where Avanesyan turned up. So he looked at where Josh was, he looked where Avanesyan was and thought, whoa, this is going to be a hard night. That's my opinion.
The fight's here now, but I just want to go extend the press conference a little bit longer. You said there was 2 parts to what you had to say. Was the second part a little dig at Eddie when it comes to trying to get this fight made?
Yeah, I've just again shown well documents on the exclusive. Josh put a tweet out, which I've just proved, saying that we've moved on for a more glamorous fight. I don't duck anyone, trying to save a bit of face. I've just shown documents proving that we emailed Eddie, we emailed him again, we emailed him again, and then one very well known North East fighter put a tweet out saying that Josh Kelly's now off the bill. He's pulled out on the 22nd. 2 hours later, boom, I put the email into Matchroom. I'm gone. If someone in Josh's area is saying he's pulled off the bill and I'm feeling I'm already being messed around for the last few weeks, I don't need no more evidence. I'm just gone. I'm gone.
Let's talk about the fight itself then.
Yeah.
David Avanesyan, Josh Kelly. Do you see this going the full 10?
No, David will get to him. Josh is a very good fighter. Under no illusion. And I pay respect to Josh as a fighter. Don't pay respect for what happened that day. I've lost respect for that day, and I'll respect him very, very highly the day he gets in the ring with David Avanesyan. Win, lose or draw, I will respect that man. I'll never say a word bad about any of them ever again in my life. The fact is he's a very good fighter. It's well known. I'm not saying anything to skirt. Adam's a clever coach, so I don't need to hide. We know it's got to be a fast start, and we know David's going to come on strong late. We know that, so I'm not saying anything what anybody doesn't get. I just don't think David keeps going. Cal Brook did an interview over there. He's relentless. He just keeps coming and coming. David's not that concussive puncher. He's an hurtful, spiteful puncher where he hits you and it's a thud rather than a sharp. You get me. Yeah. And they take the toll, and I just don't think Josh has been in with anyone in the professional ranks who hits as hard as David consistently and relentlessly through the rounds, and I just think it'll slow him down. I think we'll just get to him, So the tip is Avanesyan late stoppage.
You said, is that a tip for everyone? You're going for that stoppage?
Obviously,
Is that a tip you're just giving me?
No, that's my personal opinion. Yeah. I just think David will come strong, and I think he'll get to him. Not spoke to the coach Cal Greaves, who'll implement the tactics. My thought process is not necessarily Cal's. I don't interfere with tactics in any way. I give my opinion, but ultimately Cal's the boss. But you know, looking on paper, I think what any boxing fan can do, I think Avanesyan coming late is well known. So
how far can David go? After this fight all going well, March 28th, do you think we can probably see David in with world honours or
we'd love
French
that.
World level?
You know, in David's defence, or maybe criticism of David, we had a couple of good opportunities. One was against Kowalskis. If we won, we had Terence Crawford. If we beat Peterson, we had Errol Spence, and he fell short. For different reasons. He had a lot going on in his life, and you know, honestly I thought, was this the end of David? Not necessarily the end, but was it the decline? And that's why we waited so long to get back in ring, because we needed him to get out off the floor, pick his chin up and get happy again. And this last year, I think one thing I've been responsible of is he hasn't been as active. The reason he wasn't active is because we was waiting for the WBA interim fight against Mosley. We was waiting for the right fights at the right time. When we waited for Kowalskis, it was to get the right fight. But one thing David didn't have is activity, which was the only downside to providing fantastic opportunities. But this year he's had lots of activity. His momentum's flowing. His confidence is flowing. You see it. He's hungry. He's like a 21-year-old boxer who's just turned pro. It's fantastic. He wants it. He's hungry, and he knows inside that he's not took them to opportunities in the past. So I just think now's the time. I think it's an Indian summer. I think he's got a good 2 or 3 years in. He will challenge for the world title, but absolutely no doubt. And if he turns up, he'll give any of them a real nightmare.
Since it is Valentine's Day, last question before I let you go. It is Valentine's Day. You gave, at the end of the press conference, Adam Booth a rose,
yes,
and some condoms.
Yes.
Could you just explain why you gave him condoms?
Just a bit of humour, a lot of seriousness, and
because you don't want to pull out.
Yeah, like I don't do many interviews. Like I've never done an iFilm one. I've only done one Boxing Social. I've only done one Behind the Glow or whatever. I don't want to go into detail, but different companies. I don't do them. I don't do them, and. You know, it's hard for me to get my point across.
Is that to bury the hatchet then, a wee bit?
It's what?
To bury the hatchet, giving them gifts? To give Adam them gifts?
No, yeah, because for me, everything is said now. So the point I was making is, it's hard for me on them interviews, because I'm not experienced in them. So I'm worked up and my heart's beating and forgetting half at stuff. And what I did do is I wanted to finish on an eye. I wanted to finish on an olive branch. I know you love me. There you go. Finish with humour. Put a smile on the face. After that exclusive out, you won't hear a word about me, because this fight is about David Avanesyan and Josh Kelly. And you know what? If Josh Kelly gets in that ring, wow, I've got to take me out off to respect him highly. You know, you got the former Olympic kid, unbeaten, just touched double figures against a former world champion. Not over the hill by no means. What more can the fight fans want?
Exactly. Well, Neil, thank you for this Fight TV.
Thanks.
Appreciate your
Thanks
time,
for your time.
and good luck March 28th.
Okay.
Thanks.
Take care, mate.
Thank you, bud.
Bye bye.